on the Spot. We check in with what's new this week on WeShop Channel and the new releases hitting store shelves. Jody Robinson stops by with the Community Spotlight, and we get a world-exclusive interview for The Witcher 2. Today on the Spot.
Hello everybody and welcome to Today on the Spot for Tuesday, March 23rd. I'm your host, Sean McInnes. Joining me today is Kevin Van Nord. Kevin, I understand today is a bit of a special day for you.
Very special day, you know why?
Why is that?
Because I had a donut this morning.
You had a donut? What kind of, was it a special celebratory donut maybe?
How'd you guess? With sprinkles.
Sprinkles?
Yeah, pink sprinkles.
So we should let people on the internet know that today's your birthday. That's why you had a celebratory donut.
Yeah, also I like donuts.
Also, yeah, you don't really need any reason to eat a donut. They're delicious and wonderful and God's gift to man. But it's your birthday, and you get to celebrate.
It is, and I'm officially middle-aged, so I'm about half life expectancy.
All right, awesome. So you still have the second half. I'm sure is going to be even better than the first. So.
I can only hope.
Awesome. Now, we've got a great show lined up for you today. We've got a whole bunch of giveaways related to The Witcher because we have got a world-exclusive interview for The Witcher 2 coming up at the end of the show. We've got novels, we've got games, and we've even got action figures. So there's a whole lot going on. But before we get to that, let's kick it off with This Week in the News.
Hello everyone, this is your GameSpot news update for Tuesday, March 23rd. I'm Tom Magrino, filling in for Tor Thorson. On Sunday, Nintendo will roll out the fourth hardware iteration to its workhorse Nintendo DS handheld series, the DSi XL. The supersized portable will... New DS 3D? This year! Oh. Sometime between April 1st and March 31 of next year, Nintendo will roll out the successor to its workhorse Nintendo DS handheld series, the 3DS, which remains a working title. Nintendo offered little information on what gamers can expect from the new handheld, saying only that it will support 3D games without the use of hipster 3D glasses. The Japanese publisher also emphasized that the system will be backwards software compatible with the DS series, including the camera-equipped DSi and its instantly outmoded successor, the XL. However, unconfirmed reports out of Japanese business daily Nikkei indicate that the 3DS will also include a thumbstick for controlling 3D movement, as well as support rumble functionality. The handheld will also reportedly feature greatly enhanced battery life, improved network connectivity, and a screen size that's smaller than 4 inches. The handheld will reportedly also include an accelerometer to allow for tilt control. Lastly, Nikkei states that the handheld will arrive during the back half of 2010, though that date presumably holds true only for Japan. As for the rationale behind Nintendo's weirdly timed announcement, Nikkei reports that the publisher is looking to counter flagging DS software sales. Nintendo saw DS software plummet between April and December 2009, reporting game sales that fell from 163.78 million units to 121.38 million units during the 9-month period. So yeah, Nintendo expects to have this all make sense for everybody at this year's Electronic Entertainment Expo, which hits LA June 15th to 17th. Alright, that does it for today. For more on these stories and other headlines, head on over to news.gamespot.com.
And there you have it. That's a segment that I erroneously called This Week in the News. It's actually just the news because we do it on every episode. So there's another headline for you. I'm a dummy. Kevin, the next segment that we're going to is the new releases. And you had the pleasure of reviewing one of the more high-profile releases this week.
I did. Just Cause 2. Good game. I was a fan of the first one, and I'm glad to say the new one's more of the same, which is an excellent thing.
I've had a lot of fun with the demo of that game, just grappling a dude to a propane tank and launching him into low orbit. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing you do in games.
I do. Even if the game doesn't have a grapple hook or propane tanks, I find a way to do that and launch people into low orbit anyways.
Yeah. But that's not the only new release coming this week. To take a look at more, let's go to the new releases now.
The last full week of March will see several major releases on a variety of platforms. Arguably the highest profile is Red Steel 2, the pseudo-sequel to the 2006 Wii launch title that claimed it would bring authentic swordplay to gaming. As evidenced by GameSpot's review, that didn't happen, thanks to a less than realistic waggle mechanic and bloodless combat. Though the follow-up remains rated T for teen, Ubisoft has spent years reworking the game's swordplay around the motion sensing enhancing Wii Motion Plus. Developer Ubisoft Paris claims that the increased sensitivity will let the game take into account factors such as the strength of the player's sword swing. The Wii Remote will also be used as a point-and-shoot gun, depending on the situation. Instead of a gritty story about modern-day Yakuza, Red Steel 2 is an anime-like adventure with ultra-stylized, cel-shaded visuals. The new game's setting is also more fantastical, trading the original's urban environments for the futuristic yet retro town of Caldera, which blends both Western and samurai film elements. Players will assume the role of the katana-toting, cowboy hat-wearing protagonist, who is charged with ridding Caldera of malevolent criminal gangs, a la the classic film Yojimbo or its Western remake A Fistful of Dollars. Those not partial to fictional swashbuckling can check out Just Cause 2 from Square Enix. Developed by Avalanche Studios, the sequel retains the 2006 original's open-world gameplay, complete with over-the-top parachute jumps and grappling hook antics. Players will again step into the role of Rico Rodriguez, a government agent on the trail of his mentor gone rogue. Standing between Rico and his ex-boss is a military regime on a fictitious South Pacific island that is made up of everything from lush jungles to snow-capped mountains. There will also be over 100 vehicles to hijack, including motorcycles, cars, boats, helicopters, and jets. Rounding out the titles of note are entries in two distinctly different franchises. Already a hit in Japan, Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey arrives on Tuesday, bringing the Megami Tensei series' sci-fi role-playing action onto US DSs. Meanwhile, Ubisoft's venerable Settlers real-time strategy series will be updated courtesy of the Settlers 7 Path to a Kingdom. The game will feature upgraded enemy AI to confound players as they go for a military, scientific, or commercial victory. However, the game will be the first in the series to use Ubisoft's controversial new digital rights management system, which requires a constant internet connection to play. For further details on the week's games, visit GameSpot's new releases page. Release dates are based on retailer listings and are subject to change.
All right, Wii owners, it's time for your favorite part of the show. It's This Week on the Wii Shop channel.
This week on Wii Shop channel may be light on releases, but still has some content you won't want to miss. Starting with WiiWare, see what PC gamers have been playing for the past 6 years in Cave Story. Explore the Mimiga Village, where a race of rabbity creatures called Mimiga are being threatened by the work of a maniacal scientist. You play a young boy who wakes up in this world with no memory of anything and must fight to save the Mimiga. The graphics and music have been completely redone from the original, though you can still switch back to the classic look. Cave Story is available for 1,200 Wii points. Moving on to DSiWare, check out Drift Street International for 800 DSi points. As the name implies, there's plenty of drifting in this racing game that will put you on the streets of the United Kingdom, United States, and Japan. Race against AI drivers or go against your friends in 4-player wireless races. There's also several game modes for single play, including checkpoint races and speed trials. Also out on DSiWare are a handful of Game & Watch titles. Load trucks with cement in Mario's Cement Factory, keep ingredients in the air by flipping them in Chef, and decide if you should whack your opponent with a mallet in Judge. All of these games are 200 DSi points each. And on Virtual Console, there is nothing. That's it for this week. Check back next week for the latest This Week on Wii Shop channel.
And there you have it, your latest update on what's going on the Wii Shop channel. And right now, it's time for the Community Spotlight, courtesy of Jody Robinson. Kevin, this is kind of an interesting setup that we've got going on right here because you and I both started on the community team.
That we did, but I gotta ask, what do you miss most about being in community?
Being able to ban people with a reason. Because now when I ban people, I don't really have a reason. I just do it out of anger. That was a terrible article, ban. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say my favorite part was just interacting with our wonderful and always functional users.
Thank you, Kevin, for showing everybody what a jerk I am when I use the internet. Jody, take it away.
Hey there, this is Jody Robinson, GameSpot's Community Manager. This week's Community Spotlight focuses on the latest giveaways in the game industry, new profile emblems, and the Member Spotlight. This week's Member Spotlight goes to Dav Pook for demonstrating that you don't have to throw away a console just because it breaks. He believes the internet provides so many outlets to replace your hardware. You can view his profile by dropping by the forums page and clicking on the Member Spotlight. GameSpot has been going overboard with profile emblems in the past week. We now have an emblem for those of you who alert us about the recent game releases content. We also have the return of Game Night's Celebration Trivia, which grants an emblem to participants. You can find a list of numerous emblems by checking out the community news blog. Outside of GameSpot, there are other game industry happenings around the internet, like the Borderlands giveaway provided by Gearbox and the Splinter Cell Conviction giveaway on Raptor.com. For further details about both of the giveaways, drop by the community news blog. I would also like to give a quick shout out to our moderator of the month, Sandpiper121PP. That's all for this week's Community Spotlight. This is Jody Robinson signing off.
So we've already established that today is a very special day, and I don't mean just donut eating day, but it's actually my birthday. So if you were interested in giving me a gift of any kind, there are options out there for you. But I'm not the only one that's going to be receiving a gift like this. We've got other stuff over here. Sean, what do we got over here on the table?
We've got one of those books that you've got there. We've got the enhanced edition of the game, not the original that came out, but the enhanced edition with all the goodies and patches and DLC and whatnot, and an action figure, so a lot to give away.
Tell me you played The Witcher.
Kevin, I'll be honest with you, I was planning to play the console versions that was rumored to come out a while ago, but then they went and scrapped those, so I don't know if I'm ever going to play The Witcher.
Sean, lie to me and tell me that you played The Witcher.
Kevin, I've played The Witcher and I loved it. It was
awesome.
great.
As well you should. It is an awesome game. It's a great game. But there are lots of fans of The Witcher out there. I'm one of them, and I'm looking forward to The Witcher 2, which is coming up. And that's actually a really great thing because we have a very special thing for you now, and that is a world-exclusive Witcher 2 interview. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Tomasz Gob, and I'm the senior producer at CD Projekt Red Studio. The Witcher 2 is a continuation of the Witcher saga, I should say, because the game is connected with the first part, and we're bringing the game into the next phase. We're continuing the story of The Witcher 1, and we have redesigned and rethought a lot of things. We have rewritten the engine for the game. It's not like rewriting the renderer. We have redone a lot of tools that we use for scripting the story, for doing, I don't know, animations, dialogues, and cutscenes and everything. And with this brand new engine, we're going to be bringing the Witcher experience into the feel that we couldn't exactly deliver with the first one and with the engine that we've used for the first one. Okay, first let me start with the setting because it's important. I already mentioned that The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings starts right after the first game. If you've seen the outro of the first game, you know that there has been an attempt of the assassination on the king. It wasn't successful, but it turns out that the king wants Geralt to help him because he doesn't really feel safe, and it's still a lot of places where he needs to restore order in the kingdom of Temeria. So he's traveling places, pretty much everything is done. There's like only one last place where is a castle, and it's called La Valette Castle, but still, it's a place where they travel, and this is exactly the place where the second part of the game starts. So, you know, with the king, Geralt is not totally happy with that fact because he would love to pursue the trail, the thread of these Witcher-like killers of kings and assassins. And this is what he's definitely going to be doing in the second game, because the main thread of the game is about these guys, who they are, what they want, and the moral choices and difference in the choices and in the endings of the game. We've got more endings than in the first game. It's not like one or two more, it's way more endings of the game. And the changes that you will notice in the world of The Witcher as you play The Witcher 2 are not only based on what you choose in the dialogues or what you choose as your attitudes towards the characters. There are a lot more factors, like for example companions that you choose. We've introduced a lot more companion stuff in The Witcher 2, and there's a lot more options to choose that define the story further on. We have rewritten the combat system. We definitely want it to be smoother. The sequence and time-based stuff was good for the first game, but we wanted to approach it from another side. Right now the combat isn't time-based, it's faster, but the most important difference that anyone will notice while playing The Witcher 1 is the combination of different elements of the combat. In the first Witcher, you wanted to use your sword, you used your sword. You wanted to use magic, you had to switch into magic. Right now you can combine stuff. But it's not only like combining different stances of your sword, it's also combining sword with magic, using more tactical, I don't know, defensive style. It's all in there. We're definitely going to be expanding on talking about combat further on, but there's a lot to talk about actually. As for the console version of The Witcher 2, nothing's been confirmed yet, but we would like to do the console version of The Witcher 2. We will approach that topic at some time, but we don't know the dates and we don't know the platforms, the specific platforms that we will release The Witcher 2 on. We're definitely thinking about current gen consoles, but as I said before, we will be doing that. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or in half a year. The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings is going to be out on the beginning of 2011, Q1 2011, and it's going to come out on PC.
And there you have it. That's your update on The Witcher 2. And like Kevin was mentioning earlier, we have a ton of Witcher goodies for you. The Enhanced Edition and the sweet action figure, which is super authentic because the entire thing is written in Polish and I can't understand a word of it. So a lot of cool stuff going on here. So the trivia question that I've got for you is this. What is the full name of The Witcher's main hero? If you think you know the answer, send an email to onthespot@gamespot.com or use the little green answer trivia button right on the page here. So send us an answer and win some of this really cool stuff. All right, so that's your chance to win The Witcher. Kevin, as I'm sure you're probably going to head back to your desk and probably just play a whole bunch more Just Cause 2, right?
Sounds like a great way to spend the time to me.
Yeah, exactly. Now, personally, I'm excited to go back and play some more Bad Company 2. That's a game that I've been playing a lot lately. Chris has been playing a lot as well, so we kind of put our heads together and we decided to put together a piece of tips for the Thursday show where we sort of give people advice on Bad Company 2, offer ways to improve, and get a whole lot more XP in a much shorter amount of time.
I could use that. I just picked up the game myself, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you got to say.
Cool. So you guys definitely want to come back for the Thursday show, but thanks for watching today's episode. I'm Sean McInnes.
I'm Kevin Van Ord.
All right, everybody. See you later.
Tune in Thursday for a starting block for Battlefield Bad Company 2 and this week on Xbox Live.